Salts, mushrooms and stone sediments. Herbert Zettner uses specific fertilizer ingredients in a bid to enable his crops to help fight global warming.
Wir brauchen da einen Kompost, was gut zum Vitalisieren für die Pflanzen ist.
Strong plants means an enriched harvest, and by constantly covering his fields with nutrient-rich greenery, the Austrian farmer also increases the amount of CO2 storage.
So. Das CO2 wird in die obersten 5 bis 10 Zentimeter reingepumpt.
The richer the soil, the more CO2 plants can remove from the atmosphere and store in the ground. Carbon farmers like Herbert Zettner are aiming for a CO2 soil share of 5%, which he says can bind 225 tons of CO2 per hectare, almost double the amount of carbon dioxide stored by regular farm soils. After 5 years of this carbon farming, independent inspectors verify the amount of the greenhouse gas in the soil and issue CO2 certificates, which the farmer can then sell to companies as part of their net zero targets. Not everyone supports such schemes. Several environmental organizations say such business practice is greenwashing, with better ways to store carbon available.
The most effective way to store carbon in ecosystems is rewatering peat swamps. They are the ecosystem which stores most CO2 compared to the area they cover, but we don't necessarily need companies kind of buying certificates and greenwashing themselves as climate neutral when they are not.
Zettner's carbon farming, which he does alongside regular farming, adds around 1/3 to his workload, but payment from CO2 certificates doesn't fully compensate him for his time.
Durch den Humusaufbau habe ich eigentlich circa ein Drittel mehr Arbeit in meiner Landwirtschaft. Aber wenn der Landwirt ein bisschen mehr entschädigt wird, war besser, weil dann auch mehr Landwirte auf den Zug aufspringen.
Zettner says his initially skeptical colleagues are now showing more interest in his work. Currently, only around 1% of Austrian farmers are participating in carbon farming. Increasing that number would see more of the country's greenhouse gas go into the ground.